I'm here at Rare in Twycross, England.
That's right.
Sitting here with Adam Park, the assistant producer.
That's correct, on Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise.
Yes, and can you tell us a little bit about, what's this game about?
Yeah, well, we've basically taken everything that we thought was good from the first game and improved upon it. Our initial plan was to make a sequel that was a proper sequel, not something that was kind of half there, half not. So we've took the game, we've introduced lots of new species, we've included new challenges, we've included the ability to accessorise, there's same-box co-op, we've got photo modes, we've got a new system called Pinata Vision, which I can show you about, and we've got just for fun mode. So we've basically come to this game and thought, what do we want in it? And we've put everything that we could possibly think into this game to try and make it a worthy sequel.
But let's try to have a look at the cards. I think that's a very exciting new feature.
We've included a thing called Pinata Vision in the new game. I'll show you the cards. Basically, we using the live vision camera, which is a existing peripheral for the 360, you can now put content directly into your game by using cards. And when I say cards, it doesn't actually have to be a physical card. These obviously are. Yeah. They can be digital media though, so we can put them onto your iPod, we can put them onto your Zune. You can also take them directly off your computer monitor. And whatever's on the card, we can encode it, include an image, and then you can actually take the content in your pocket, put it up to the vision card, and it will drop it directly into the game. And these are something that we're hoping will encourage people to kind of foster the idea of the pinatas being theirs. It's something that exists now beyond the 360.
So with this card, you can just like put a pinata in the game or do something else in the game?
That's right. I mean, that card there in particular, that would get Pester to leave the garden. And obviously they're not completely related to pinata. We can influence the weather, we can influence the time frame, so we can have cards that will make it sunny, we can have cards that will make it rain, we can change it from midday to midnight, and obviously this can be quite confusing for the pinatas, but hopefully it's fun for the player.
So I heard about a certain mousse that someone created. A certain Christmas mousse?
That's right, and this is something else that we're hoping to encourage. We can do things that are locked to specific seasons or to specific people if we wanted to. So at the moment, one of the developers just playing around, we've now got a mousse that, you know, for 360 days of the year, he is just a mousse in your garden. However, once it gets near Christmas, all of a sudden a red nose appears, he's got antlers, you know, he turns into a reindeer. So this is all content that we're hoping we'll be able to link into things, and you know, the cards just give us the perfect opportunity to be able to introduce new pinatas, variants, time-locked features, all these kind of things that we've always wanted to include but haven't necessarily had a good way to do it. This just seems the perfect medium.
And people can also create these cards themselves.
That's right. We're hoping that in the new game we've got something which is called photo mode. Obviously with the first game we found that people were really quite proud of the gardens they created. You know, there was no kind of set template. People could create what they wanted. That's something we really wanted to foster. So in the new game we've included a photo mode. What this allows you to do is essentially take out a camera within the game and take photos of anything. So you can take photos of the pinata, the landscape. What we're hoping then to be able to do is that the information that's embedded within these photos you can then generate a card with. So if you've got a Yeti, who's a new Jelly, his name is, who's a new character in the game, you can put a top hat on him, give him a monocle, you know, a bow tie if you wanted, give him some trainers. You can then take an image of him, and then once you've uploaded that directly from the 360 to a community website that we're developing, within that are tagged, within the software are tagged certain things that hopefully we will then be able to generate you a card of a pinata that you've named, that you've made, and you could, if you wanted to, you could give that to someone as a present, you could upload it onto a forum, you know, so it's a further way. That's right, it's a further way to share what's in the game.
Right. And another new really cool feature is the co-op.
That's right.
What's that about?
Same box co-op. It was something that I think everybody really wanted to see in Viva Pinata. And so we've made a real concerted effort to come up with a co-op that works within the game. It isn't just tagged on. It's not something that seems ancillary. It does actually benefit you to play co-op. So in addition to being able to help out in the garden, being able to, if you wanted to cause mischief, it's entirely up to you. You can, you know, do what you like within the garden. The extra player gains magic. It's essentially, if they do something good, their cursor gets a little incremental amount of magic. If they keep doing good, the cursor eventually fills up, which then gives them benefits. So they can then, rather than paying for somebody to come in to tinker something to turn it into a different item, that player can now do that. So there is a distinct advantage to playing as two-player. We didn't want to just make it two people play, you know, they play together and there's not a great deal of point to it there is point to it. We've given a real kind of goal to playing in the 2-player, and hopefully it'll also give the opportunity for people, say with children who didn't feel that they could, you know, progress very far in the game. Now adults can sit, they can play with their kid,